First, I want to thank you all for coming here, and especially our guest from IMAN, Rami, and his team, Dr. Wahid Akbar, Dr. Taj, Dr. Nimar, and Dr. Nadimullah, and Dr. Wasim Rathore, Salim Shakur, and all others. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "A man's true wealth as regards the hereafter is the good deeds in the world to his fellow men." Ramadan is a month full of blessings, and I'm so blessed today that I'm amongst so many of my friends and family here. All of you are very dear to me, but I want to single out today one very special friend of mine, and that is very close to my heart. Unlike me, he is a real doctor, he is a PhD, he is a Palestinian American, and he is founder and the executive director of IMAN, Inner City Muslim Action Network. His name is Rami Nashashibi. He is going to come up soon, shortly after me, and tell you all about IMAN and the good that IMAN is doing. What I want to tell you is how I came to know him and how I became very fond of him and his organization. And that is why here I want all of you guys to be friends with him also, because he's such a special person and that organization is so special to me. I want you to first look at these two houses. The one picture there is the house from Mandi Bahauddin, Pakistan, and the other one is in South Chicago. These houses are separated by miles, thousands of miles, oceans, and continents. But there is a common thread between these two houses, and we'll come to that. First, I want to tell you, last year, when I turned 40, father of 3, I was working on my quest for something more meaningful in life than just working in the dark rooms of radiology. I needed a bright light. I had never heard of IMAN, Inner City Muslim Action Network. I was at ISNA conference in Chicago, where I came to know about this bus tour that the IMAN was offering to the inner city South Chicago, to showcase their work and have people interested in their green re-entry program. I signed up the whole family for this tour, when the next morning, after my repeated threats and attempts to wake any of them up, I decided that I'll go on my own. So I did. Outside the Hyatt Hotel, there was a school bus waiting for us. There were 30 other crazy people like myself who had the audacity to wake up that early and go for this bus tour in the scorching heat of summer, and there was no air conditioning at the bus also. So that is the first time I came to know and meet Rami. He looked like and was dressed like an activist. He was holding a megaphone in his hands, running the show like he was organizing and addressing a political rally. I also got to meet Rami Nashashibi, the doctor, PhD, because he gave us a quick glimpse and historic overview of racial and social divide in South Chicago and updated us on the foreclosure crisis. We visited IMAN offices, saw their projects, and got to meet the staff of IMAN and the people that were directly benefiting from the work of IMAN. As I came back to ISNA and saw my family, we wrapped up Sunday night with dinner and I fell asleep. That night I had a dream that moved me profoundly. I'm not going to go and share the intimate details of my dream, but here is what the result of that dream was. Next morning, after I woke up, I went straight to IMAN booth and asked if Rami was there. Mark, who is here, he told me that Rami is not probably going to be there. and I asked him if he had a paper, which he provided. So I wrote on the paper in the loving memory of my father and wrote a check attached with it and left ISNA. Next day Rami called me and thanked for that help. Life goes on and I totally forgot about it. When months later Rami called me that they were having an event with Sheikh Hamza Yusuf, and he asked me if I could come and join them. I thought, who doesn't want to listen to Sheikh Hamza Yusuf? And we were not doing much that weekend, so why not go there and spend a weekend there? So we went to Chicago to attend that event and spent a wonderful weekend in Chicago. I can forget what we heard that day at the event from Rami and Sheikh Hamza Yusuf and the agitation they were causing. I can forget the delicious food they served and the beautiful music that we listened. But I will never forget is how special IMAN made us feel that day. That feeling and the joy will always stay with us. They gave us a beautiful gift that day, and here it is. Seeing that brick on our table that day brought so much joy that it is hard to describe in words. That was the most precious gift that anyone has ever given me. The brick was so heavy that the pain of carrying it home brought tears in my eyes. When we were in car heading home, Subhan said something really amazing. He said, "So Baba, now Dada Abu will get Sadaqah Jariyah from this home." Hearing Subhan say that was really priceless. And I told Subhan that, Subhan, there will be a time when I won't be here and you would want to do something for me and you know what to do. My dad was born in India, who lost his mother and son in the riots during partition between India and Pakistan, and was forced to leave his ancestral home empty-handed to come to Pakistan as a refugee and become homeless. They stayed first few days in a masjid, and then some generous person opened the doors of his house for them and provided them shelter. Today, Rami and his organization IMAN is just doing the same thing. They are providing roof for the needy so they can get on their feet again. What amazes me is that who could have thought that there would be a day that a home built for homeless in Chicago would have a brick with the name of someone who once himself was homeless in Pakistan. So, this is my dad with Subhan. This was his home in Pakistan where we were raised. And this is the home that IMAN is building in South Chicago that will have a brick with his name on it. So IMAN is the thread that's uniting all these together. And I'm really greatly indebted for that. And thank you, Rami, and thank you, IMAN. My parents have passed away. I remember first time when Subhan went to my father's grave with me for Fatiha. When we were done, he picked up a leaf from the grave and put it in his pocket. I asked, why did you do that? And he said that it was to remind him of Dada Abu. He lost that leaf, but he probably doesn't need that leaf now because he does not even need ancestral home to go to remember his Dada Abu, because all he can do is he can go take a tour in South Chicago and remember his Dada Abu. So how is it possible? So later, so once we were done with this, I thought that how is it possible that there was a brick under my father's name and there is none under my mother's name? So I asked my brother that I think we need to have order put in for one more brick, which we did, and Rami has probably brought it today. Thank you, Rami, for that. And the purpose of sitting here today is that I wish and hope that all of you will order some more bricks from Rami and remember. So I told you all about Rami, many things, and one thing more to add to it was that he is a brick maker also. But the bricks he makes at IMAN are very special, not ordinary bricks, but made of heavenly clay, mixed with lots of love and compassion, and strengthened in the fire of your IMAN. These are not the bricks used to build houses here, but these are to build mansions in Jannah. These are not the bricks that you leave behind when you pass away, but the bricks that you carry with yourself to the grave, so that on the day of judgment, you could put those bricks on the side and the arc of justice will bend towards that side. So without further ado, I would like to call upon Brother Rami Nashashibi, Rami the co-founder of IMAN, Rami the executive director, Rami the activist, Rami the PhD doctor, and my favorite of all, Rami the brick maker. Thank you.